Hey guys, Joester here, welcome back to the channel. So this time I'm going to do another phone review. I did one about 8 months ago and it got some pretty good views. So this time I decided to do another one, and this is the OnePlus 7T phone. Yes, so I'm gonna share with you guys everything that I have gone through this phone, all my experience. I was thinking of doing an unboxing, but since I already been using this phone, I just wanted to show you what comes in the box, just in case if you decide to purchase this phone. And also my experience changing from a Note 8 user, Samsung Note 8, to a OnePlus 7T. So these are two completely different companies. I'm gonna share with you my experience, what do I miss from Samsung and what I do not miss from Samsung. So welcome to the channel, I'm Joester, and let's do this. Alright guys, so first of all, the biggest reason that I purchased a OnePlus 7T phone is the price. That is basically the biggest reason, because me and my wife went to T-Mobile to purchase phones. I was actually going to get the new Note 10 Plus phone, but when I saw the price on that thing, I was like, you know what, never mind. $1,000, I think it was $1,100 or $1,100, something like that. Then I saw this one, and I did some research before, and this one sells for $600, roughly around that price. By then, I've been using it for about 3 months, and right now you can probably find it for a little bit less than that. But so far, guys, I've been very happy with this phone. And of course, there are some things that I do miss from my Note 8, and I will talk about it very soon. But first, right now, I'm going to show you the body of this phone. First of this feels very good. This part right here, I like that it's matte finish, but it is fingerprint magnet, as you guys can notice already. Well, I kind of don't like that, but it's not that bad. It's always in a cover. Oh, besides that, talking about cover, it comes with this little phone protector. It's clear. It's free, but I purchased another one from Amazon. It's just very simple, this one right here, and I just wanted something simple. It's black, it protects the phone, and I like it. So first off, guys, let's check out the body of this phone, because it does feel good. The size is also good. So first, right here on the right side, it's going to be the power, and this actually feels good. It has a good feeling to it, so you won't miss it. Then right over here, there's a switch where you can use it to toggle between vibration or sound or silent. This is very useful. I like that. You don't have to go through the menus or anything, or through the volume right here. You can just do it right there manually. I like that. Then on top of it here, there's only the couple antennas and then a microphone. Then on the other side, there is the volume rocker, which it's also pretty good. It feels good. I prefer the ones that have like 2 separate volume rockers, but it's okay, one piece. Then there's another antenna. It seems like there's another antenna right here. There is the SIM card slot right out here at the bottom, and the USB Type-C and speaker grill. And that is pretty much it. I believe there's another microphone right over here in the antenna. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's a little tiny microphone. As you guys can see, it's already been scratched right here from trying to insert the cable for the USB Type-C. And that is pretty much it. In the back, we have the triple camera. So one big thing that is missing compared to my Note is the micro SD card for the memory expansion. That is missing from this phone. And I really don't know why they didn't have one, or they don't add one. This is 128 gig internal memory, but at first it may sound good, right? It may sound that it sounds good, but honestly, guys, after you install all your applications, your music, then your photos, and then your videos, then you start realizing that you're gonna run out of memory pretty soon. So I don't know why they just don't have one. I wish it had one. That is something that my Note 8 does have. And also a lot of Samsung phones does have that expandable memory. So I miss that. That is one huge thing that I miss from my Samsung phone. All right, so let me install the case real quick. I kind of like the case. It feels good. The buttons stand out, so it's very easy to feel them, especially when you have the phone in your pocket. So let me turn on the phone because this is where things get more interesting. As you guys notice, this is very fast. This phone, that is one of the things I like about it. It's so fast. It reacts to everything. Also, the fingerprint scanner is one of the best, probably the best inside the screen. Fingerprint scanner is super reliable and fast. And I also have the face recognition feature turned on because it is so easy. As soon as you press the button, everything reacts super fast. It's right there, instant. That's one thing I like about this phone. This has the Android 10 operating system, Oxygen OS 10. The display is a 6.55 inch, so it's a pretty good size. It's 2400 by 1080p with 402 ppi, so it is a very good pixel density. It's not, 1440p or 4K display, but my god, for the size, this looks very sharp. I like this. Also, this has a 90 Hz display panel, so if you like to have more fluidity in when you're browsing your phone or your videos, you can change that. It's screen rate, refresh rate. Right now I have it at 60 Hz, but you can change that to 90 Hz and it runs a lot better. You can you can see it right away, how smooth when you do the transitions right here. But honestly, this works better when you're gaming. I'm gonna show you some gaming in just a little bit. But also keep in mind that it drains the battery a little bit faster. All right, so just keep that in mind. Also, it has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus, so it's pretty good, one of the best as of still right now. Of course, there's gonna be newer ones every year almost, but the 855 Plus, it is super capable. This is an octa-core 7 nanometers, up to 2.96 gigahertz. RAM is 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. So the storage, as I mentioned, is not expandable, which it sucks. I wish it has more storage, but it is what it is. So on the cameras, right here in the back, is a triple camera, and they're okay. I'm not gonna say they're the best, but they're not the worst either. But they're okay. So one of them, the main camera sensor, is a 48 megapixels. So if you like to take really sharp, good-looking images, 48 megapixel sensor is pretty good. Also, the telephoto is a 12 megapixel, and the 16 megapixel ultra wide. That one's a 16 megapixel ultra wide. So also the battery, this is a 3800 milliamp app battery, which is not the biggest one, but let me tell you something, guys. This phone has something that is called warp charging, and this is something that I love about this phone. It comes with this specialized fast, or as they call it, warp charger, and oh my god, this is the best thing I like, the best feature I love about this phone. Now, if you care about wireless charging, well, then you're gonna miss out because this doesn't have wireless charging. Honestly, I don't care about wireless charging. I much rather have this option, the warp charging, because it is super useful. Let me just give you an example. A lot of you guys forget to charge your phones overnight, right? And then you wake up early, then you're running to go to work, and then you realize that your phone is at what, like 20-30%. That means that it's not gonna last you the whole day at work, right? So what happens? I plug in the phone to the warp charger, I start to get ready, I take a shower and everything. After I'm done, I come back, and I kid you not, the phone is fully charged. Like this thing charges the phone so fast. I'm just fascinated because I don't have to worry about, charging the phone or taking another battery bank with me or nothing. My phone is fully charged in just by the time I'm getting ready. So I love this. This is the best feature from this phone, in my opinion. Alright guys, so another thing I wanted to mention is connectivity. So I have T-Mobile. I've been using T-Mobile even with my previous phone, and so far it has been working very good. The quality of the calls are HD, so they sound very loud and clear. But I have had some issues, maybe with for some reason I lose the connection sometimes. I'm able to send texts and messages and everything, but sometimes, maybe a couple of times, I have lost the connection, so I do have to restart my phone. But it has only happened maybe like twice in this whole time that I've used the phone. It's very rare. But overall, like the 4G, all the data plan and everything, it works great. I love it. No issues. I live here in San Diego, California, so T-Mobile in San Diego, it has worked very well for me. Alright guys, so now let's talk about the camera, because I did notice that a lot of people were complaining about the camera not being so great. And let me show you first the menus, how you use this camera. So first off, it is very basic, right? You have all the 1 times zoom, 2 times zoom, and also the macro or ultra wide camera right here. Very, very easy to use. Over here you take the pictures, and over here you change to video or photo. So one thing I don't like about this, for example, that let's say that you want to take a portrait picture, but then you are in this type of the menu, but then you want to choose back to regular picture, you can't scroll. You have to choose one by one by one. So you have to wait for that to change. So it's very kind of annoying, especially if you're in a hurry and then you just want to take a quick picture. So I wish it was different. I wish it was easier to handle this. Another thing over here is, for example, you can't choose, you only have 3 options. You have the full screen, or you also have the 1 by 1 little square, or you also have the 4 by 3 little square too. You don't have 16 by 9. To me, this is kind of annoying, because when you take a picture, what happens is like it looks kind of like a wide angle photo. So I need a 16 by 9, especially because I do take pictures for my YouTube channel. I take all the pictures with a phone camera. But then when I realized that it wasn't the size, I needed to edit, to crop it. And when I cropped it, it cut a lot of details that I wanted to be in the photo. So I wanted to be faster instead of me wasting my time editing that picture, but this camera doesn't give you that option. So I kind of missed that. The Note 8 does have that option. So anyways, besides that, everything else looks okay. I mean, the photos, they're very clear, especially in sunny, bright days. They look very, very nice and clean and clear. Although I do have to say that a lot of the pictures, I'm going to show you right now, but a lot of the pictures that I've taken, they come out a little flat. They don't have that saturation colors that Samsung phone cameras have. And I really miss that, because it does give you this extra nice warmer temperature on the especially on the skin. So, and also, you know, colors look a little bit better, more vibrant, more saturated, and I like that. The only way I can get that from this camera, from this phone, is if I edit the videos, or if I edit those pictures, I'm sorry. That's the only way I have to do it. But then again, you're gonna have to waste time getting into the menus and edit each picture that you want, and then crop it, and then change it, and then save it, and delete the other one that you don't need. When with the Samsung camera, or the Samsung phone camera, I can just do it right away. Everything comes out very, very clean and clear. So that's another thing I miss about my Note 8. Now this phone also has the option, it's called Nightscape, just in case if you want to take pictures at night. And this is something that I truly like. Let me show you. So the pictures at night, they come out really nice and clean, especially in dark areas, and then there's some light in there. You can always change the effect as well and edit those pictures. I always edit the pictures. Every time I take a picture with this phone, I have to go edit. It's like, it's by nature by now. Another thing, if you're taking a picture at night, you have to be very steady. So if you have a tripod, will be better, but you can also do it by hand. So another cool option that it has is the portrait mode. Now portrait mode works really well, especially when you're taking selfies. I think they look very, very nice and clean. The focus is obviously on you, and there's also the depth effect if you want to have the blurry background. You can also take pictures with the rear camera of other people in front of you, or if there's a group of people, you can also do that. Now the phone also has slow motion, and I remember on my Note 8, every time I use slow motion, it also had the option of super slow motion. But this is really good. This is a 1080p at 240 frames per second. So the slow motion is very good but one thing is missing is the sound. So I don't know if you guys have done this before, but when you take slow motion video and then you slow it down, the sound is always like makes this like sort of like slow down effect. It sounds really cool, especially when I used to do that with my Note 8 phone, and it sounded really cool. But this doesn't have the sound, that sound effect anymore. So I don't know why they just not included in there. It's missing that. So it looks nice and clean, but there's no sound. So this is the video from the front-facing camera. Just want to show you guys how it looks. This is evening here in San Diego. It's about 5:30. Let me open the camera a little bit wider. It's a little bit too close. I feel like I wish it would be like more like a wider range. But you guys can see it goes very clean. The video is very clean, and also the sound. Let me know how the sound is. Let me just walk a little bit. This is how it records while walking. Beautiful San Diego. Alright, so this is the rear camera. I'm recording at 1080p 60. It's evening, like around 5:40 right now. This is how it records, how it sounds. I'm walking, so I want you guys to know how stable it is. If it's not stable, I don't think it's that stable, but there's also another feature here that you can use like a stabilizer mode, but it records at 1080p, I think at 30 FPS. So let's try that. Alright guys, so now I'm using the stabilization mode. Now this is super stable. I'm walking, you guys can see it's a little bit, it looks better, but I also noticed that since this is only 1080p 30, it doesn't look that clean when I pan the camera. You notice that? It's a little sharpiness in the video. It's not that very clean. And also I noticed there's like noise in the picture. It looks a little dirty. So I don't know, I kind of don't like that, but you get more stable video, that's for sure. Let me know what do you guys think. Now over here there's also time lapse. So honestly I haven't even used that feature. I don't use it, but you have that option. And then of course you have the Pro. Over here you can change, you have options to change a lot of things. The focus, the white balance, the ISO. You can also take pictures in RAW, JPEG, 48 megapixels. I mean, you have so many options over here, which is pretty nice. But honestly, when I'm using this phone, I'm just when I use the fast picture mode. I don't care about taking professional photos, but at least you have that option. There is also the macro option, which allows you to take pictures very close for something if you want to get more detail. You see, it tells you get closer to take pictures, so you can get super close to get those little details. Right there, get closer, and it doesn't get out of focus. You guys notice? So it gets super close. As you guys can see, this is one of my daughters, and take a picture like that. So I had her in like a little figurine so I can keep them. Kids grow up so fast, so I made them in this like 3D design. Look at this, it looks nice, very cool. Alright guys, so when it comes down to gaming, gosh, this phone is really good. This is where you start to enjoy this phone. And also guys, the sound. This has Dolby Atmos sound, and it's so nice. It has dual speakers, so you get the sound from everywhere, and it just looks fantastic. It is very responsive. I like how the screen looks. But my guys, the sound is one of the best. Now on my Note 8, I remember that I used to have just one speaker at the bottom, and it just didn't sound right because every time I have to put my hand like this so I can get the sound towards me. In this case, this is different. Oh, he got me. Because there's a speaker right over here and there's another speaker right over here, so you can hear the sound pretty much everywhere. This is so nice. Let's see if I can get my revenge.
Reloading! Cover me! I'm down! Enemy UAV spotted. Reloading! Cover me!
Oh, that was pretty close. Alright guys, so finally we're gonna have these phones comparing side by side. Of course, this is the OnePlus 7T and this is the Note 10 Plus from Samsung. And let me put them to see which one is bigger. And of course the Note 10 is a little tiny bit bigger, not by much, but you guys can see just a little tiny bit bigger. And also it's a little bit wider. You put it right here, it is a little tiny bit wider. But another thing I don't like about the Note is the little curved screen right here. I just don't like that, never really did. I prefer like a flat screen on this one. I really like that much better. Another big difference is, for example, the camera. This has a little dot right here, and this is the drop little notch camera right here on top, which doesn't bother me at all. I don't really mind that. Also right here on the side, this has the power and the volume rocker on one side, which on the OnePlus 7T it has it over here. I feel this is much better. This is where my thumb is going to touch. Unless you're left-handy, well, this is going to be much better for you, but if you're right-handy, then this is not going to be that good. You can always go like this. Another thing I like about this is, just for example, if you want to take a screenshot, you can just use it with do it with one hand, just like that. Screenshot with one hand. On the other hand, on the other side, this one, I guess you have to press it, use both hands. Yeah, there it is. So I don't know, those are some little details. Another thing about this, the phone is missing of course the 3.5mm for audio, and this one is also missing. But another thing that I miss is the little stylus. Oh, this makes such a big difference on the Note, especially if you want to edit pictures like me. When I edit my thumbnails for my YouTube channel, this comes very handy because you can see what you're working on. You can also use your finger, but it is so hard because it just covers the whole picture. But when you're using the stylus, oh my god, it makes such a big difference. So that's another thing that I'm missing about my Note 8. Alright guys, so now we're gonna do a speed test between these two phones, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus and the OnePlus 7T. So everything is clear. Let me make sure that there's no applications open. No applications open here either. Now let's go and do this. Open Samsung.com.
Opening web page. Opening web page.
Alright, well, the OnePlus T was a little bit faster. One thing about this, the Samsung, my wife, she installed one of those screen protectors. I really hate those things, so it's not that very accurate when you try to open it. But anyways, let's close this. Let's do another one. Open Apple.com.
Opening web page. Opening web page.
Well, once again, the OnePlus 7T is just a little tiny bit faster, but you did notice the difference. Let's close everything down. Open one. Open YouTube.com.
Opening web page. Opening web page.
And there you have it. OnePlus 7T, once again, just a little tiny bit faster, but it is a difference. Now, what I don't like about this difference is that this phone costs almost half the price of this phone. So that is the reason that I went for this one. If you want performance, if you don't want to break your wallet, this phone is an excellent choice. All right, guys, so thank you so much for stopping by. On my next video, hopefully I'm gonna get my hands on the Note 10 Lite. So yeah, it is almost the same price as this one, but with all those features like the stylus, like expanded memory, the 3.5mm jack for audio. So for $600, let's see how that one turns out. So thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Jolster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Jolster out.